Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum. Last time, we explored a little bit of Phenac City after taking on the three of Mirror B's peons, the mystery troops, and also capturing our second Pokemon with a black aura here, Quilava, who we're actually going to be using on our team. Now today, we're going to be doing something a little bit kind of side questy, I guess you could call it. I'm going to switch our newer Pokemon onto the front of our party here, because we're going to be going over the last building in Phenac City that we can. Obviously we can't do the stadium yet, we've already kind of tried doing that and we were met with a fail, because they're not currently accepting participants apparently. But this here is the pre-gym. Hi, welcome to pre-gym. This is a place for trainers and Pokemon not only to sharpen their strength and skills, but also their body and spirit. Indeed, it's kind of just like a little bit of a side quest thing, like I say. First things first, if we come and talk to this person here, now pay attention. One does not become a good trainer. One does not become a good trainer simply by battling without strategy. One does not simply become a good trainer. Oh dear. A good trainer always thinks about Pokemon that are in battle. Oh, you must be a trainer too. Are you listening in on my class? Since you're here, I have something that you might like. May I see your PDA, please? Oh, that's a Pokemon Digital Assistant, or P-Star DA for short. Don't ask me why they put the star there, it's a bit strange. Dazza, you have one too, don't you? Dazza showed the PDA. Here you go. I've upgraded it and added the strategy memo function. You'll be able to check the type and ability of the Pokemon you've met at a glance. Come see me whenever you like, and I'll update your PDA with detailed data on the Pokemon you've met. Hope you make good use of the strategy memo as you aim to be a great trainer. So the PDA is something that we haven't really spoken about much yet. If we hit our pause menu and go into our PDA here, we can see this really weird opening animation. We've got our snag list. This is all of the Pokemon that we have currently snagged from trainers, what the Pokemon are, and also who the trainers were. They're sort of like a trainer type and then their name. We also have the strategy memo, which we just received. This is basically the Pokedex. It tells you the ability of each Pokemon, their type, their classification, basically everything that I normally would go over in a bio, but wouldn't because we can't really catch these Pokemon. You've also got the cry if you press the A button. We can do something which I always loved doing in the first when I first had this game, which is the view mode, and then the size. You can see how big they are compared to our trainer here, so pretty cool. Like I said, every single Pokemon is on here as long as you've already encountered them. It doesn't matter if you caught them or not. They'll be assigned to your strategy memo, and I think you have to go back and update it with that lady over there, that teacher. But anyway, if we take a look around, this is a pretty simple building, right? Got a bit of a battle stadium on the left there, some cool Pokeball tiles on the floor, which I love, and right here we have Justy. Hello, I'm Justy. I'm in charge of running the pre-gym. Judging by your appearance, I'd say that you're traveling, the two of you. Well, what do you think? Since you're already here, do you feel like having a battle? Sure do. Okay then, let me introduce you to the trainers of the pre-gym. When you're ready to go, just go to the battle area in the center and stand on the left-hand side. So I have no idea why he needs a cool high-tech gadget gizmo thing over there, but he's got it. Go for it, Dazza. I'll be right here cheering. Looks like you're ready. Well, let's get this started. All in all, you'll be facing 4 trainers. They're all a handful, I can vouch for that. And now, this is where your opponent enters. So indeed, we are fighting 4 trainers here. Like I say, the best way to open the door to a Pokemon's heart is through battling. Do you feel like taking on some Grass-type Pokemon? Then I am the one you want. So we haven't had a chance to use Makuhita yet in Botan. Like Botanist, get it? Grass-type, yeah, hilarious. We haven't had a chance to use Makuhita yet in battle. And since he's not being on our team, I figured I would sort of bring him along, because once the door to his heart is completely open, then we won't be having him in our party anymore. And we're about to add a lot of Pokemon to our potential team here. So as you can see, Makuhita's heart gauge has been slightly opened. That's because he actually... Wow, we didn't take that sunken out. That's kind of annoying. That's because you can actually lower the heart gauge from walking around, which is kind of handy because it's just like a passive way of doing it. And like I say, there are multiple ways to lower a Pokemon's heart gauge, such as each time you send a Pokemon with a black aura out into battle, it lowers the heart gauge as well, just by a different amount, depending on, like I say, the nature of the Pokemon. So that's a great way of lowering the heart gauge, and you're definitely going to be getting into a lot of battles in this game. This game is incredibly battle heavy. Alright, a little bit more of a Shadow Rush here from Quilava and Makuhita, and we will take out the first trainer. Very nice. And that's kind of why I wanted to switch these Pokemon to the front of the party as well, so that they would all definitely, or so that they would both definitely get a little bit of their heart gauge lowered. And fingers crossed we also get Hyper Mode activated as well, because that is by far one of the best ways to open the door to a Pokemon's heart, is calling them out of Hyper Mode. How do you like that? You're more than strong enough. So this not only serves as a great way of, like I say, opening the door to these Pokemon's hearts, but also to getting a bit of money, a bit of experience. Not that experience can be assigned to these Pokemon just yet, but if you wanna level up your Umbreon or your Espeon, then now's a great time to do it. It also gives us the chance to sort of talk about a couple of other things that may crop up during this Let's Play. Alright, so we have the Water-type trainer next. Liqui. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's so bad. A Marill and a Surskit. Marill's quite a tanky, bulky Pokemon. So I'm actually going to aim for hitting it with both of our Pokemon here, because I'm kind of a little bit worried about it. See, Makuhita has now unlocked the first... Oh, not quite. He's close to unlocking the next portion of his heart gauge. I believe we only get... Wow, yeah, you see? Tanky water type. I believe we only get... Oh, no, I thought we were going into Fever Mode then. I believe we only get Focus Energy for it. But, it's... Oh, yeah, we did enter Hyper Mode. So we do lose a turn there, which is a bit of a shame, especially when we're against water types, and, you know, we do have Surskit and Marill on the field, which could be difficult. I am going to call Makuhita, though, just because, like I said, opening that heart gauge is kind of important. There's a big importance on this in this game about catching all of the Pokemon that you're able to. Like I said, there's not many. There's only 49/50, technically 52 if you include Espeon and Umbreon in those, but you've already caught those. What I will mention as well, which I haven't mentioned before, oh, this could hurt, is that if you do not catch any of these Pokemon, you have infinite chances to in this game, and it doesn't matter how rare the Pokemon is, doesn't matter how common the Pokemon is, you have infinite chances to catch all of these. It's just ideally you want to get them the first time so you can get them as soon as you can, so you can work on lowering the heart gauge. So we'll get into that later on as well, and like I said with the whole Quilava, Croconaw, and Bailey thing, there are some of these Pokemon that you can't snag until post-game as well, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you kind of have to just roll with the punches. I mean, it's what the game throws at you. You just kind of have to take it and deal with it. Makuhita entered Fever Pitch, Hyper Mode again, sorry, which is fine. We can finally start working on this Surskit and lowering Makuhita's heart gauge even more. Fantastic. So after this episode, in fact even during this episode maybe, we might end up going to the next town over, which is Pyrite. We have had a little bit of foreshadowing about what the area is like, but that brings me to another thing about this game, and that's the region name. I haven't really mentioned much of this yet, but of course we are in the Orre region. It's spelled O-R-R-E. A lot of people pronounce it Orre, but personally I'm under the assumption that it should be called the Orre region. No, just me. I haven't heard anything canon that it should be called the Orre region or the Orre region. I just call it the Orre region. It's just, to me, what I called it as a kid growing up. And all of the towns that we have encountered so far plays off different ores. See, Phenac City is a play off Phenacia, which is an ore. Pardon me. And of course we're going to go to Pyrite, which is also an ore as well. Now, I'm a bit confused because I would like to go and heal, but at the same time I kind of just want to keep on going. I'm not sure if you back out here and go heal and come back, if you have to do all 4 again, or if you just pick up where you left off. Okay, I do want to battle you, thank you very much. Let's see what our third trainer here has. Dugo. Oh, is this the ground rock type trainer? Duggo. Oh, it's the ground type trainer. Oh, such bad puns. I love it. I love it. Alright, Quilava and Makuhita luckily Oh, actually, I was going to say, luckily, we can do some damage here, but we've only got Shadow Rush still, which is a little unfortunate. But hey-ho. I want to go for that Trapinch first. I mean, yeah, we do have Focus Energy. Trapinch, I feel like, will do a little bit more damage, especially these are both Ground-type Pokemon, and we are, you know, weak to Ground-type moves. Quilava is nearly out, which is... Odor Sleuth, really? Okay, interesting move choice. I think Makuhita might be the slower. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, that's fine. Trapinch goes down, which is very nice. Okay, you see, I was expecting Swinub to use something like Dig to do damage to us. But anyway, which of our Pokemon here are stronger? Just because I want to make sure. Attack 43. Oh, wow, actually Quilava is strongest. So one thing you can do, and one thing that I do want to take advantage of here, is we can choose our strongest Pokemon to attack the Swinub, and then we can use Makuhita's items. And you might be thinking, well, I don't need to heal Makuhita much, right? Well, if I use a Super Potion here, I can still choose who I want to heal up. So I can choose Quilava rather than Makuhita, even though Quilava is the one that's doing the attack, and we also heal Quilava in the same turn. So that's why I really like double battles, is because they're a lot more strategic than single battles. I know a lot of people... Oh, there we go. I know that a lot of people don't like this game. A lot of people that have issues with this game are because it is a bit of a slow game, and I agree, it is slow. And I think part of that is to how battle heavy the game is. And not only that, but every time we see... Oh, there we go. Every time we see like an attack take place... Oh, this could be bad. Every time we see an attack take place, we're not only seeing the attack taking place, but then also... Oh, it won't take an item. Dang it. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to call it anyway, right? Yeah, every time we see an attack place, we're not only seeing the attack, but we're also seeing the Pokemon get hit by the attack as well, which does basically double the length of a battle. It can be pretty lengthy, especially when we get into one of the big challenges in this game as well, and oh boy, am I looking forward to doing that twice. I'm doing it twice for some very strange reason, but I have already mentioned this reason very early on in the Let's Play. I can't remember if it was during the announcement video or if it's during the pre-roll before the actual game started in episode 1. But there's a certain reward that we get from doing that challenge, and it's kind of needed. Alright, here we go. Fourth and final trainer. We're only about 13 minutes in, which is great. Like I said, this is going to be a bit of a side questy episode because we don't have to do this, right? This pre-gym here, Lady Gwyn. I guess it's kind of close to Gwen. She's not really much of a lady, she's a bit of a lass. And she's the rock type. I knew there was a rock type somewhere. Not quite sure what Gwyn is all about. Actually, Shadow Rush might be a problem here. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Wow, Makuhita's already caught up with Quilava in terms of heart gauge. That's crazy. I definitely want to heal Makuhita though. Yeah, side questing. This area isn't like very necessary. In fact, it's not necessary at all. Also, Hyper Mode is pretty great. But it can be helpful for, like I said, getting that extra experience ready for these Pokemon before we completely unlock the door to the hearts. This could be a problem. I'm almost willing to bet that Quilava is going to go down in this match. Luckily, in terms of the Pokemon here, when they faint, normally a Pokemon would lose friendship and whatnot when Pokemon faint. It doesn't actually have any adverse effects into the heart gauge of a Pokemon. So for example, Quilava here just fainted, but it doesn't hold it against us, and it doesn't close the door to its heart anymore, you know? It definitely doesn't help opening it, because, you know, we've just had a fainted Pokemon, but I guess that's something else that I haven't mentioned yet, because it hasn't come up. For those of you unaware, and for those of you who don't know much about Pokemon, when a Pokemon is reduced to 0 hit points, it faints, and then you can no longer use it in battle until you use specific items to revive that Pokemon again. There we go. So these Pokemon here, Geodude and Rhyhorn, they're very physically defensive. That's why Shadow Rush wasn't doing too much damage on them, because, ooh, perfect, because Shadow Rush is a physical move. Luckily, their special defenses are quite low, as is typical with most Rock-type Pokemon, So Espeon's Confusion here is a special attack, and it is doing fantastically well at taking on these rock types. A really good way to remember what moves are physical and what moves are special in the game's special physical split is to remember the evolutions, the evolutions of Eevee. There have been 7 evolutions in total. No, there haven't. Yes, there have. There's been 8, technically. Hang on. 3, 5, 7, 8. There's been 8. But one of them is Fairy type and doesn't count because that wasn't actually a move that was introduced until Generation 6. But anyway, Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, and Glaceon, or Glaceon, however you want to call it, are all types that count towards a special attack stat. I know that Glaceon and Leafeon weren't in these games, but their types were. So that's Electric, Fire, Water, Dark, Psychic, Ice, and Grass are all special attacks, with the addition of Dragon. Dragon types are also special attacks. Everything else is physical. So that's just a really easy way of remembering what moves can be physical and what moves can be special before the physical special split of Generation 4 happened. Just in case you were wondering an easy way, that's how I tend to remember it. Whoa, that was inspiring! You showed me a great battle. There was 4 actually. It deserves a little gift. I want you to have this. Alright, we get the White Herb. You don't have a full party of Pokemon yet. When you get 6 of them, I'd like you to come see me again. That's when I will be your opponent. I'll be looking forward to it. You don't want to do that. As soon as you get 6 Pokemon, do not come back here. He's going to be reasonably high leveled, and he's going to be a tough opponent. I recommend waiting a little bit. Anyway, since we cleared the pre-gym, we can come down here. This is a training center. It has a variety of terrain, so any kind of Pokemon can train where they are most comfortable. And yeah, these are... Oh, these aren't the same trainers. These are different people, but never mind. Oh, no, not like this. Like that. Try again. Try again, Oddish. Your headbanging ain't good enough. That's it. Yes, Splash. Way to go. Good job, Magikarp. Bisha. B-Sharp wasn't introduced until Generation 5, actually. Excellent. Don't forget that timing. That's what's going to make us surefire winners. And... hello. Hey, where did it dig to? Where'd my Sandslash go? Come on, boy. Come on out, please. I wonder if he actually does pop out here. I don't know. Yeah, this area down here serves no purpose, but just a little thing to show off, I guess. So with all that said and done, we've done a little bit of a side attraction here in Phenac City, and we've covered everything other than the Pokemon Stadium, which we can't actually go into. And I still don't like calling it a Pokemon Stadium. It's a Pokémon Colosseum. It's the namesake of this game. With all that said and done, I think I'm going to end things off here, guys. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Pokémon Colosseum. Join me next time when we're going to head out of Phenac City finally and progress with the story on our game. Story of the game, not on our game. And move towards Pyrite City. Pyrite Town? Pyrite City? I forget. Move towards Pyrite. How about that? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all in the next one. Bye-bye.